Today is the 1 month anniversary that I found out that I had tumors in my head. And given everything that happened in the last 30 days, I just kind of was in this mindset of, you know, review everything that happened and, process and everything. And given how much time I've spent in and out of the hospital the last 30 days, I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to do the math to figure out exactly how much time I spent in the hospital in the last 30 days. So I sat down, looked at my calendar, and figured out the exact math. And I have it right here. Just let me grab it. So I literally wrote it down on a sheet of paper, everything. So let me kind of go through that, kind of give you an idea of what last month was like. So I skipped the first part, so the part where I had all the migraines and I wasn't sure what was happening, all the throwing up, all those things, because honestly, I don't remember exactly when it began. I know I moved in this place February 3rd, started a few days after that, lasted about a week and a half before it got to the point where it was so intense that I went to the emergency room and they discovered everything. But I'm not sure on the exact timeline, so I just started, all right, the first day that I went to the emergency room, the day that they're like, all right, you have tumors in your head. That's when I started. So that was February 20th. So obviously, spent the day in the emergency room, got the news. After which I ended up spending 3 more days in the hospital, so 4 in total. 2 days after that, I got to go home, got to stay home, got to relax, felt really good. The day after that was my next immunotherapy treatment. Of course, that was canceled because the drug that I was on and I'm still on pretty much counteracts the effects of the immunotherapy, so there's absolutely no point in doing it. The downside of that, obviously, is I'm supposed to get it every 3 weeks, and every time you delay, there's risks, of course. So anyway, that was canceled. The day after that, I had an appointment for a CT scan and for the mask fitting to prepare everything for the radiotherapy, which would be a few days later. I did get to go home that day. I didn't spend the day in the hospital, but I did go there for multiple hours, so I count that as a day in the hospital. Next day, I had to go back because they wanted to do a different mask that would be better and everything. So another day in the hospital, another couple hours in the hospital the day after that. The day after that, yes, got to go home, stay home. Everything was fine. I got to relax. Following day was the radiotherapy. So I already, made videos and stuff about that, so I won't go into detail. But yeah, everything went well. They're like, all right, perfect, go home, you're good. And after that, there's a big amount of time where I can go home. So from the 2nd of March all the way to the 10th of March, I got to stay home. Everything was great. I was feeling amazing. That was the period where, I wasn't able to sleep that much at night. And I really got that life transforming, revelation. Well, it's not really a revelation, but it's just like a shift in belief, a shift in how I view and interact with the world. And that week and a half approximately was just amazing. I'm still in that state of just wonderment and, being free and loving every moment, being grateful for every moment, having no regrets, no fears, nothing. It's just like the slate has been wiped clean and I feel amazing. So that's when that really began. Then, of course, I had to go back for immunotherapy because they postponed it 2 weeks. But of course, by then, the dose of the drug I was taking was still too high. So once again, it was canceled. Let's see. After that, the day after, I went to the dentist. I didn't realize this until I went through the calendar. I'm like, oh, wow. I didn't realize that the day I went to the dentist was the exact same day that at night I actually went to the emergency room. So once again, I won't go into detail for that because I made, 2 videos discussing that. But so it was on the 12th. I went back to the emergency room, and then, as you know, I ended up staying there 6 days. So all the way till the 18th. Yesterday, I got to be home. That was awesome. Still kind of a little out of it, but, slowly recovering, way better than the hospital, of course. And then today, the 20th, the 1 month anniversary, I'm back, I'm home. I slept super well last night. Everything is great. So I feel like things are all right, finally going back to normal. But it just blew my mind, doing all the math of all right, in the last 30 days, I've literally spent more days in the hospital than I have at home. I'm not saying staying in the hospital nonstop. That also includes visits where I go there for a few hours. But it's crazy. I literally was home 14 days out of the last 30 and in the hospital 16 days. It's just, it's insane. I've never in my entire life spent so much time in a hospital. But at the same time, I'm grateful for the experience because it's exactly what I needed, just like everything else going on. And something else slightly unrelated, I just want to mention it because I'm on the topic. Um, I'm really grateful that this happened, and not just for the reasons I've discussed in the past, for my relationship. Because of everything that happened in the last 9 months, especially in the last month, it's been really intense for me. It's been really intense for my wife, but I feel like it's brought us so much closer in a way that I don't know if we'd ever been would have been able to do if it wasn't for all this insanity in this situation, because intense situations like this, they force you to realize and to really focus on what's important and not waste your time with the trivialities of life. And I feel like because of that, we were able to avoid a lot of pitfalls from normal relationships. It's like, why the hell would we argue about something stupid and mundane when my life is literally on the hanging in the balance? Not to say like, hey, it's the fact that I'm sick, cool, I saved the really. No. I mean, I'm just saying like it really puts things in perspective. And I really, really feel like it brought us so much closer, especially in the beginning. The fact that we're going through this now is creating such a strong bond and a strong base and relationship for the future that it's like I honestly don't ever foresee anything that could possibly go wrong. Like, yeah, okay, sure, we have disagreements. We're all humans. It's part of life. But given the situation, I'm just like, this is going to be such a powerful, transformative relationship. And I don't know, I'm just so grateful for it. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for every moment we experience. It's amazing. So once again, it kind of blows my mind that in the last 30 days I spent more time in the hospital than at home. But it's all part of the process. And I know, I'm already look back at it as if it was the future. And I'm like, I'm so grateful for it. But I know that in the future, once I'm there, it's like I'm looking back and sharing the stories and writing the book and whatever I end up doing. I'm going to be even more grateful for everything that happened, for everything I've been through. So, yeah, it's just, I'm living in the state of blissfulness, of happiness, of gratefulness, and it's amazing. And honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know if it's going to be bad, but I can't really foresee it being bad because even all these things that happened in the last 9 months, which are arguably very, very bad from most people's perspective, for me are the most amazing thing. I feel like the luckiest man alive. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. Till then, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to keep making updates like this every once in a while. Now that I have more time, now that I have more energy, and I kind of feel the desire to share a little more. So I guess talk to you next time. Until then, I don't know. Go do whatever feels right to you.